Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, welcome live. My reports on what's happening right now. I know the last time we did our broadcast was back in gosh, I don't remember. But anyways, I think about it was a week ago or so. But just giving you the updates. I promised to some of us that do an update of what's going on right now, currently. As you know, hope all's well, and hope you guys are doing good. I believe some of the places are already opening. Some places are still, what we say, on lockdown and so forth and stuff. Uh, what you're looking at on the screen here, for those who just tuned in and never been with the broadcast, on the bottom screens is the current earthquakes that are happening as we speak. And as you can see there, there's a lot of tremors still happening. I know they had one earlier on Boise, Idaho. There were some aftershocks in different places and stuff like that. Let me just take this little thing off of here. And on the left is currently on the epidemic term on live reports what are happening right now on there and stuff. And on the screen here, as you see, are actually live reports that are happening right now. And then the bottom screens are current earthquakes. As I mentioned, there were some tremors that was happening yesterday and today. Yeah, I know Idaho had one that was a 6.5 starting of that, and then they had some more tremors that happened after that. So um, looks like it's starting up again. There's some aftershocks that are happening there. They had, I believe it was a 4.5 yesterday on there or day before on there, and then they had some more tremors yesterday and today and stuff. So keep your eye on what's happening on there in that area there. There's also I don't know if it's rumors or whatever. They're saying that there could be some activities happening toward Yellowstone on there because of that. I did an article earlier this week regarding that. There were some conditions that are happening with Yellowstone that might be, um, you know, happening with that thing. So forgive me for the background feedback on there. So I was trying to correct that, but you know how it is. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So, anyways, so we're looking at right now as I'm talking with you. Let's go to the current conditions as far as the earthquakes that are. I mean the epidemic on there. So you can see right here on the screen, um, on there, the different totals that are happening on there and stuff. And let's see if I can pull that back here. There we go. Okay, so we got let's see here, the U.S. at 1.1 million and 44. Total right now is 4,410,000. I got in the other part here. I got it at 4,426,000 on there. So totals on there. Here is a different source on there. You can see narrows it down as far as the states. On the United States right now, we're at 1 million point, so 1.44 million on there. And then Russia is on second, is number two on there at 252,000. The UK is at 233. Spain's at 230. Italy is at 223,000. Brazil's at 200,000, 201K. Germany's at 175. Turkey's at 145. France is at 141. Iran's at um, 115,000. Mainland China is at 82,992. My other chart said something about 83 something. So looks like they're getting data, or some of them's kind of old. I don't know. Peru's at 80,000. India's at 78,000. Canada's at 73,000. Belgium's at 54,000. Saudi Arabia is at 44,000. Netherlands at 43,000. Mexico's at 40,000. Let's see here. Chile's at 37,000. And then Pakistan's at 35,000. Ecuador is at 30,000. Then comes Sweden. Switzerland's at 30,000. Sweden behind it at 28,000. Portugal's at 28,000. And the list goes on. Singapore, Ireland, and the different places here, as you can see on the charts here. Let's see if I can get that going for here. I just want you to check out this one thing here. Oh, I just disappeared. So let me try to get me back here. Hold on a second. Oh, that's weird. Okay, let's get that back on. Okay, there I am. Okay, so we're looking on this chart here. This is, as I mentioned, the live chart here. Let me just move this here so you can see it clearly on there. Okay, so I just clicked on the Missouri. Missouri has 216, 5 new cases as we speak right now. Down at East Coast, Rhode Island, there's some 9 new cases there. And then, where's this one here? Maine. Okay, so there's a employee here at Maine at the food plant there. I mentioned someone that I knew down in Maine over at the nursing home that was, she had the case of the epidemic there. I haven't heard last regarding that. Canada, see here, there's no totals there, so that means the numbers are being there. New York, 19 new cases as we speak. Where's this one here? Whoa. Okay, so this is Canada right here. We got 1,044. Sorry, 144,000. Okay, so Canada here 2,000. So there's probably 2 different places there. Iowa. I'm sorry, Ohio. There's some new. Haven't got some new cases there. Let's see here, Maryland. Sorry, Maryland's at 631. Virginia's at 200. I was told that Virginia, they've got some skyrocket, some stuff there. Numbers are increasing there. And then South Carolina, let's see, there's just 1 right now on there. That's not the total, by the way. South Carolina, there's another one here. So what you're looking at is these are reports on there. Oh, this is Tyson Food. Wow. I don't know if you guys see that. All right. So that's where our meats come from, by the way, in some places. Okay, Florida. Let's see here. 19 right now as we speak. Florida's at 250. Let's see here. Georgia. Let's see here. That's the Tyson one again. And then Louisiana. Let's see here. There's some activities happening there. No totals on that. Huh? Okay, Louisiana 11. And then what do we got here? Arkansas 2 new cases. Let's see what here. What is that? Come on. Oh, Nebraska. 302 new cases there. South Dakota 640. Wow, actually South Dakota is picking up on that. I think I mentioned last time that it was picking up on there, and so there's some more cases happening there as well. And then let's see, we're here, Minnesota. Okay, so that's another meat factory. You know, it's really funny. Not, I wouldn't say funny. I'm sorry. That actually went down to, I think it was Costco and stuff, and the it was hard to find chicken. Chicken was the thing that we couldn't find. So I was told by a friend that they went to Costco and couldn't find any chicken. So that was kind of weird. And let's see here, South Dakota. Okay, where's this one here? Colorado. Okay, 17 new cases. TSA. That means the airport. Wow. Wyoming. 2 new patients. There. Let's see. We got here Idaho. There's no totals here. That means they're probably working on totals there. This is some new numbers rising there. And then Oregon, let's see here, 57 new cases here. You know, it's really funny. I just talked to somebody down in Alaska, maybe about today, not too long ago, and I just asked him how everything's going there. And he said everything's fine. Some small new cases there, not anything huge on there. So that was Alaska. So I was getting some info regarding that. I actually talked to somebody there not too long ago. The temperature there right now is 80. It's going down low at 60. That's what he was telling me on there. So it's like pretty hot. Nevada's at 35. Let's see here. California. Let's see here. Oh, Bakersfield, Starbucks. There's an employee there. Let's see here. No cases there. There's a number, by the way, I can get on there, so it's not telling me in there. Okay, so 29 new cases. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go down to Mexico. Mexico's 60 there. Okay, and then what do we got here? This is Texas. Okay, 50 down there. And, okay, Louisiana there. Let's see here. Colombia, 859. You know, it's really funny down in South America, when we first started these things, the totals were hardly there, and now looks like the totals are going up. It's because the numbers are coming in. On there, Peru, wow, Peru has really jumped. 15,000. I don't know if you guys can see that. 15,000. And that's in Peru. So I remember there was like hardly anything. So it looks like it's traveling there. So I don't know if it means they're on vacation. All right, Brazil. Looks like Brazil is topping right there. There's wow, 100,000. I don't know if that's correct or what, but I'm looking at 100,000 there. Brazil. Wow. Okay, for those who are just tuning in here, okay, so this is America here, and then here you got the UK here at 12,868, and then 761. So raised from 761, now it's up to 12,868. That's a huge jump on there. So, wow, crazy. Ireland, some cases there. Let's see here, Scotland down at 1,600 on there. So let's see, what's this? Sweden. We were just talking about Sweden. Let's see here, 170 new cases on there, and so forth on there. Okay, so I'm going to tell you some of the interesting news so far that's been happening as we're on this topic here. It looks like the at one point it was kind of going down, and now it's kind of like all of a sudden the numbers are kind of going up. You see some of the charts kind of low. It's they're starting to input that now. It looks like to me forecasting on this stuff, it's kind of looks like it's kind of sporadic, you know, as far as on that. So people are kind of hesitant on there. One of the news that I wanted to share that is happening was, let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh yeah, here it is. So one was, let's see here if I can pull that up. Was LA. So they're saying in LA right now, they're gonna extend it till the end of July. The lockdown, I call it lockdown, stay at home orders. So people, they're they're still having it down till mid July. One said the end of July. The other one said mid August. So they're still um, battling regarding that. So if you're seeing that, that's the latest what I've got so far, mid August. So it's basically the whole summer. So Los Angeles, wow. And then I got something here that said something about. Let's see if I can find that for you guys. Is that it? Where is it? Okay, yeah. Here we go. So, as you know, down in DC, I think since we last spoke, some of the members of the staff in DC have the epidemic, and so a lot of people there, staff members, are wearing masks, and that's probably old news now. That happened a couple of days ago, but I didn't cover it. So, but the archives show it on there. So they're saying now it's looking toward June. One said June 8th, so it's on lockdown to June 8th. So if you're in Washington D.C., June 8th, if you can see that right there. Yeah, here it is. So June 8th. It says DC stay-at-home orders have been extended until June 8th for reopening. So that could change, but as far as right now, it's June 8th. So there you go, June 8th. I had one picture of that. They were showing all these people with masks and stuff, and one was, I think, what was it? It was the vice. Yeah, it was the vice president was wearing a mask, pinch, but then his assistant, Katie, I guess, who had the virus, so that's why the other ones, they're on there. But anyways, DC, as you know, right now, they're on stay home thing till June 8th. So as you can see it there, just wanted to pull that up for you guys so you can see that there. Okay, now as far as LA, here's the note on the LA. They're saying could be till August, and that's my note there for you guys. You can see that. There's one that I had also. It was saying about the Hollywood Bowl. The Hollywood Bowl, they're closing it till the whole summer now. Bummer. So the whole summer of concerts are pretty much. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is announcement that I got just yesterday regarding the Hollywood Bowl. And so Hollywood Bowl, if you guys don't know what it is, it's a very, very famous place where the Beatles and a lot of the major bands like the Stones and the Beatles and all these major performance played. So they're closed through the whole summer, and that's the peak time where all the concerts start. So as you know, the concert of the Hollywood Bowl is now closed till the summer. So in what it's saying here, if you guys can read that, it says the LA Phenomics concert scheduled from June 6th to September the 6th. So if they're closed, so that's what it's saying. So basically, those who bought tickets, they're refunding them, And so basically, yeah. So the Hollywood Bowl, as I'm trying to say, is that it's closed on there. LA is on closed till August. So I don't know. I think that's part of what's going on there. So on the grapevine, what's happening there. And so, and then meanwhile, there's other places that are opened, like some of the beaches. There are some controversies on this. So a lot of the beaches are open. They're on certain times where they're open and closed on that. So these are happening as we speak on there. So wow. And see, I did have a list of some of the places that were opened, and but maybe you guys can tell me what's open in your area on that. But as you know, a lot of places are closed on there. There was a some weird thing about as far as the animal situation. There was a which is kind of interesting. There's this thing here. I'll pull it up here. See if I can pull that out for you guys. I hate it when you get these pop-up things. Okay, here we go. See if you can see it. All right. So in Georgia, there's this invasion of these giant lizards, and so this happened today, and so they're in the look of these giant lizards. So they're calling it list of um, species that are roaming. It's called Georgia officials working completely to find a lizard they say poses the major threats. And it looks like it's like one of those iguana things, you know, those really huge ones. But this is it's about, it says the lizard can grow up to about 4 feet in size. This is a huge one. This picture there is a huge one. So I don't know how they got loose on there. So one of the topics that are happening right now is, as you know, these bees things. Remember they call them murder bees or whatever and stuff. And that was in Washington, and there was a threat because it was killing off some of the bees, and if you guys know anything about bees, that's what pollinates the earth, and so if the bees die, that's a huge problem. So and then they had somebody had a video on these where this bee was fighting a mantis, and then the mantis won. You know, so it shows the how powerful the mantis is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it was on there. And then the other one was I did an article. It was called the gypsy moth, and so that's the new one that's out in Washington. That's being a threat on wildlife and stuff. So this huge gypsy moth. So you might want to look at my archives regarding that. So that's the newest one on there. Today, as you can see, it's this big old giant lizard thing that's in Georgia. So you probably, people in Georgia are probably knowing more about these things. They call it a wild population of Argentina black and white Iridus or whatever. So somehow it's released in Georgia. Some I don't know how, but sure enough, there it is on that. So crazy, isn't it? Crazy stuff. So that's what's happening there on there. So so that's the wildlife thing that's happening as we speak on there. Meanwhile, on the meat size, I know for a while there's been still some meat shortage. A friend of mine went to like Costco and couldn't find any chicken. So there was a shortage on chicken and turkey and that kind of stuff. So I know some of the workers are basically going back and they're trying to work, so they're trying to get that out and stuff. But there's some shortage on meat, so you may find that. Okay, so here's something interesting. Oh yeah, here's a picture of that. Nope, that's not it. So right here, what you're looking at, so the Pope is calling on all religions. So not just Catholics or Christians, but he's calling on all religions to join in prayer regarding this epidemic. So, there you have it on there. So it says that, yeah, Pope Francis has asked people of all religions to join in prayer on Thursday, which is today, for God to end the epidemic. It says men and women of every religion confess today as we unite in prayer and ask for grace and healing from this epidemic. This is a celebration this morning on Mass on Thursday. So, as you know, on that, so that's happening there. So you get all these different religious praying regarding this. I don't know much about exactly what happened regarding that. So, sure enough, that's it on that. So, thought I'd bring that up and to let you know on that. And then, let's see here. So there's a new movie you may want to look for that's going to hit this summer, or we'll see how it goes forth. New Russell Crowe movie. It's like another outbreak type of movie that's going to bring out. It's going to be summer. It's about what's going on here. So there's a little picture of that. It's called The Unhinged, so you may want to look at that, but it talks about the outbreak proportion that's happening. I think that's what it's talking about. So it doesn't tell you much about. Oh, here it is on there. So we'll see on that. So that's the outbreak movie on that. Meanwhile, let me go on to this. Let's see here. Some of the chants here. Okay, Rosa says that I don't believe any of these numbers. You know, it's hard to say in these numbers because they keep changing and all this stuff, and who knows, right? That's all I'm gonna say. Who knows? All I know is that they're trying to open it, and these numbers are still going up. So we don't know. Remember, says I don't believe these numbers too. Yeah, that's true. We don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Karen talks about the vaccine. Do you know anything about that? I know they're trying to create that stuff, and there's some things that are being published and stuff, which I can't say on the air, but that's happening behind the scenes. Yes, so that's behind the scene that is being created on there. So that's much I'm going to say online regarding that, but check it out. That's happening, and so it's really what's going on there. The giant. Okay, so she says about the giant. What is their giant lizard? They created. I don't know. I think it's coming from a different country that's crawling around. They're trying to find. So that's fresh off the press, Karen. So I don't know. You may. Are you from Georgia? If you are, let me know. But I know that's in Georgia, so I'm glad that thing's not around my my neck of woods. That's a huge thing, man. Looks like it's about the size of a small alligator on there, but I don't know. I don't trust those huge lizards and stuff. Okay, oh, here's one thing I'd like to say. Okay, so the malls of America reopen June the 1st. And that's Rosedale on Monday. It says not all stores would be opening on the dates. Because as you know, a lot of these places are having like these they call it curbside pickups. You know, so a lot of the restaurants, as you know, they're especially in California, a lot of them, you order stuff and you pick it up and stuff, which kind of sucks because going into these fine dine places, whatever, you're still paying a lot of money, and then you get kind of a like a takeout thing, which is kind of you know not as good because it's in these plastic thing. And the whole thing about going out is the socialized, you know. So and I don't know, but anyway, so the curbside things are happening. Let's see here. Let's see, Minnesota realtors reopened as soon as Monday. So Minnesota stores are opening there. Um, let's see here. Yeah, so these are the two places. So major mall. So the major mall being opened on Monday. That's what it says. So how about you guys? I know we're talking to a lot of people from different places. One person was from Norway, another was from Sweden. Where is it open in your place? I know some places are still not open. A lot of people are still working from home and stuff. But what I see here is Rosedale and being open on June the 1st, by the way. I'm sorry. June the 1st on there. Wow. June the 1st. And then a lot of I think last time I talked about, there was a talking about having concerts like a drive-in. Oh, that's what it was. So another thing that's happening is that they're gonna have like drive-in. So drive-in theaters. Last that I heard is like are like the norm. Remember those drive-in theaters and stuff. Um, so for the longest time it was like it was like obsolete. You know, all these drive-in theaters, it became like um, swap meets. You know, but now it's like these drive-in theaters are like the norm. So they're actually redoing those things, and some of the churches are actually using those parking lots to meet in vehicles. So you're like in your cars and stuff. And I haven't been to one, but probably check it out. It'd be kind of cool to see these cars and then stuff. So, anyways, they're gonna do the same thing with concerts. That's the last what I've heard on this. So they're gonna have concerts, but people are gonna be in their cars. So I don't know how long this thing's gonna happen, but I know the mask thing is not gonna it's not gonna shut down for a while on that. So here's the thing on San Diego. By the way, more. This is live, by the way, of some of the concerts and things that has been postponed until next year. So it looks like in San Diego, these concerts are actually canceled till next year. That's pretty big. So summer, it's like these concerts are gone. So wow. So this is the numbers of San Diego area as we speak on there. But I just wanted to show you the concerts being canceled in San Diego. Now the beaches are open, I believe, but then the concerts are all canceled. So figure that one out. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what's happening on there. I saw one thing that was kind of interesting that I wanted to share on what's happening on there. But there was one thing that which was kind of weird was the places being opened. Now I was told that there were some places that were always open that never really closed. So I don't know where those are, but that's what I was told on there. Here's something interesting right there. Okay, so Massachusetts reports 1,682 new cases. And then it says Baker says testing is vital for reopening. So, yeah, they want to push that thing, man. So, calling the reopen for Massachusetts on there. Let's see if I can pull that up here. It says the state is in capacity of 30,000 tests per day on there. So, I don't know. Seems like the most numbers that are kind of effective are like in the say so the East Coast, and then the West Coast. These are the huge numbers on there. But new cases on like in the middle of the states, which is like Nebraska, South Dakota, that kind of stuff, Wisconsin and stuff like that. And I was talking to somebody in Wisconsin that they were still on. They wouldn't let people go visit each other without masks. So relatives and so forth. I don't know if that's still the cases in some places on there, because but I know on the beaches, a lot of people are going out to the beaches now, especially in Texas and California, different places and stuff. But they're on certain hours. Some places are on certain hours on there, but the malls are still shut. The malls are shut. Um, Hairdressers and stuff, they're closed. They can't operate, or some of them are. It's kind of confusing. It's like some say they are and they're not, and I don't know. It's kind of a headache and stuff. So it's a mess. That's all I can say. This whole thing and stuff. So, but that's what's happening so far on there. I know I probably forgot some stuff, but that's the report that's happening now. So you might as well forget about concerts this year, this summer, unless something else happens on there. But yeah, we'll see what happens on that. Don't know. Don't know. All I could say is stay safe. They're saying that one cure. I think I read it yesterday. That they're saying that mouthwash. That's the newest thing. Um, Mouthwash kind of helps with the epidemic. So your hygiene is the key. Here's that article, by the way. Let me pull that up to you guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to pull this up. Yeah, so mouthwash protects you from the virus. Don't you hate these pop-ups? They really kind of tick you off, don't they? So yeah, mouthwash. Another thing, what I do is I'll take like coconut oil. I'll just kind of swish it around my mouth, and then don't drink it, of course. Just kind of squish it on your mouth and then throw it out, and then brush your teeth, kind of that. So, your hygiene is very important. I don't know if you guys do that in some places, but you may want to brush your teeth and keep your mouth clean on there. Another one they were saying earlier that I read something about the kidney, that there were some functions on the kidney where they're saying that the virus may happen or whatever is affecting kidneys and stuff. So I don't know on there. So I don't know how mouthwash would help, but that's what they're saying. Huh? Let's see if I can get some pictures on that. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah, it says mouthwash. Interesting. Those are natural people. I would just take some coconut oil and squish that around your mouth, and then brush your teeth on that, and then it seems to help on that. I've been doing that anyway, so but they're saying that this kind of helps, especially in the UK. That's where the news is. So this is in the UK. So there's a professor that said it to do it. You want to do it anyway because a lot of the germs are in the mouth. You know, we eat stuff and whatever. So if you're not doing that, you may want to do that. It'll help. It'll help you from getting sick anyway. So, and then somebody was saying that to make sure you drink a lot of water. Also, I talked to a doctor. He's a brain surgeon, and he said that the vitamin D kind of helps too. And so if you're in the sun, you may want to bathe in the sun. That kind of helps you too as well. And definitely go for walks. On their exercise. Take some mouthwash and brush your teeth and all this stuff. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Yeah, but that's what they're saying on there. So, all right. So that's pretty much it that I wanted to cover. Anything else new, I'll let you know regarding these things. But yeah, all I can say is the numbers are going up. Um, they're opening some places. Oh, this is cool. I gotta show you the guys these. This is pretty cool. Check it out. So let me see. I can pull this up here. So you guys can see this. Let me see. You guys can see it. No, see. Huh? Let me see if I can pull it down. Can you see it? Okay, let me try it again. So basically, what this article, we got cut off in the top part, but basically, what it's saying is that haunted houses. So these people who are isolated, they were isolated with ghosts. So they believe it says it started in the front door. This one person in Los Angeles. So this was in Los Angeles. It says that Gomez lives with his partner in Los Angeles, where there was a few days in when his lockdown or shelter in place, the epidemic event, they worked remotely. It says baked. It took 2 mile walks in the mornings, refreshing, da da da. The sink, and then one night, the doorknob began to rattle. Well, that's pretty scary. The doorknob began to rattle virtually. There was a sound he could hear across the apartment. So here he is in the apartment, and then all of a sudden the door started rattling. Then it says Mr. Gomez was in bed nearby the window, and it began to shake again. The window frame intensely. So it sounds like an earthquake, but it's not an earthquake. Then the person says that perfectly still the cats were. So basically, he has a cat, and so the cat actually felt it too. So the cat was all freaked out and just holding still. And it says that this. It says seriously, I hid myself in the comforter to see. It was like a horror movie. And then da da da. He works as an IT person, and he says that he saw. Oh, this is tricky. Well, this is weird. This is for those experiencing self uh, isolation involves being in. Okay, it says that what they believe to be ghosts. It says that those experience the self isolation involves what they believe to be a ghost, and then their days punctured by Zoom meetings and homeschoolings, but they were hearing voices and shadowy figures. Wow, weird. So that was kind of weird, isn't it? This is in L.A. Yeah, interesting. So that's one thing that's happening according to the updates and news and stuff. Let's see, it's got a nope, that doesn't have it in there. Wow. So that was weird. So I don't know if you guys got that, but this person was being isolated in LA, and then all of a sudden start seeing these things rattle, shakes, rolls, and earthquakes. Basically, ghosts and stuff like that's happening and stuff. So if that's the case, I would get out. I would try to get out of there. All right, so that's about it. I hope you guys having a good day, and I'll keep you posted regarding more stuff to happen, and hopefully we'll be able to be free of all this stuff. Um, let's see here. There's other things happening, of course, to be aware of. Definitely check out the channel. You know, the Real Thing TV. The different posts. I op- I upload a lot of things that are happening, like earthquakes, volcanoes, because those are still active. But then also some weird stuff like the giant lizard and moths and pestilence. Also, there's a rise of locusts too. I didn't mention, but there's another wave of locusts that are invading. So that's a concern on there. So it's strange times. A lot of things are happening, and as we're moving forward to what's happening in the summer and so forth, be safe. And no time is short, and things are happening very quick, um, very crazily of stuff. So just be safe, guys, and hope you're having a safe time wherever you're at in this time. So let's see here. Be safe, people, and enjoy the weekend too. God bless you guys.